Katie.
And I'm Robin.
And it is October 23rd, 2024, so we are right before Halloween, and we are so excited to be sharing all of our Halloween stitching with you.
We are excited to be back. It's been about a month, and I am attending a conference today. Actually, it was today and tomorrow, and it's not far from Katie's house. So we decided what better thing to do tonight than to get caught up on our Flosstube, show you some of the things that we've been working on this fall, and just catch up with you for a little bit because it's been a while.
So we have our Halloween outfits on. I have my Halloween Town the movie, one of my favorites.
She loves that movie.
Love that movie. So got my Halloween Town sweatshirt from the TikTok shop.
And I got my Hey Boo. This I got, maybe some of you saw, Nicole Sporer wore it last year, and I just fell in love with it. So she had shared a link about where to get it, and so I went on and ordered it last year, and I love it. So I've been wearing it a lot this fall. Otherwise, as far as life updates, we've just been doing like a lot of fall activities. We had our annual Autumn Leaf Festival. We have that in the beginning of October in our town, which is always a fun time for everybody.
And we get to see a lot of our family.
Everybody gets together.
Do some crafts.
And then we had, last week I went to our church's called Oktoberfest. They have lots of delicious German food. So that was fun. And just lots of other
lots of other fall activities, enjoying the cooler weather. The leaves are starting to fall. You can tell it's definitely starting to turn.
We are in Pennsylvania, yes, if you don't remember.
Yes, and great time for stitching.
Yeah, great time for stitching.
Nice and cool under your blanket.
Yep, so. And the leaves are pretty much at their peak right now. So they're about just getting ready to, a lot of them are starting to fall off. And I heard there's some cooler weather, even cooler weather coming tomorrow.
I'm ready.
So yeah, I'm ready too. So we've had, it's been a little warm the last probably few days, so ready for some cooler weather and getting into some more fall weather, and getting ready for Halloween at school, which is always an exciting day. When you teach, to anybody that's a teacher knows that Halloween's a fun day at school, so we're getting ready for that next week.
So we are drinking some wine this evening because it is an evening Flosstube. So we have some Sauvignon Blanc from one of my favorite vineyards, or they have at the wine store, I guess. It's called Josh Cellars, so you can't go wrong with little Josh. Cheers.
So hopefully you've brought along your drink of choice, and you're ready to have some fun with us tonight with our Flosstube. We're going to start with our FFOs, fully finished objects. All right, so for my first FFO, and I'm sure a lot of you are working along with these just like I am. These are the 12 monthly minis that Primrose came out with this week during Needlework Market. And I was on to the October one, and here it is. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that I had the pins that they provided with it. And it is stitched on 28 count, mushroom or
light taupe,
28 count, whatever the called for was. I guess it probably says here 28 count light taupe. I always put the black or some kind of whatever color of the Lady Dot Creates palm on it, so I had done black with this one, of course, for Halloween. Finished my back with a piece of felt, and I used the Lori Holt. I have a container of Lori Holt buttons and pin. So that is my October monthly mini, and we're getting ready to start the November one, which will be the turkey one that you can see there. So I'll be starting that one soon.
You've been doing a good job keeping up with those every month.
I'm trying to keep up with them. Yeah, so
it's hard. It's hard. I have not been keeping up
and
with
it seems like, you know, when I first started these, I told her like the 28 count was really, yeah. Now, like this one, honestly, I had this done like in a night. It was like very quick. A night to 2 nights, I had it all stitched up and all put together, so they're going together much quicker, and I am really enjoying the 28 count.
Enjoying the 28 count?
Yeah.
So I actually have some FFOs this time, which I know normally I don't, but I've been working very hard to do some FFOs. So the first one I have is Gather Pumpkins by Hands on Design. Here's the pattern.
I love this one.
And I finished them just like she did, as you'll see in my little displays I have. So here's the first one, Gather Pumpkins. You can see so for the stitching I did all DMC floss, and the fabric is a 16 count. And then I got Rick Rack around the edges here. This is from Joanne Fabrics. And then the paddle is from Chantel, and I just spray painted it black. This is what the normal color is, so just a little spray paint. So that's the first one, Gather Pumpkins. Then we have, this is like the quilted one with the little crows and the fences and the pumpkin in the middle.
I love this down here at the bottom. Like, is that all just like a regular stitch, or?
There's some back stitching.
Okay.
There's lots of back stitching.
I was just looking at those little, are those
little
X's,
branches?
these little dots?
Yes, they're just,
oh.
Yep, they're just little
Cute.
crosses. And then a barn.
So
there's the three. Look how cute they look together.
They are so cute.
Really, really happy. I had to do a new technique to finish these with the rounds. It was called lacing. So that was something new for me. I got some upholstery thread and, had to go back and forth,
really nice.
Pulled it together. And then in the tutorial that she has, she says to like sew the rickrack around the edges. I did that for one and it took me forever. The mom just told me, just hot glue it. So I did, and they turned out.
So she hot glued it on the back, and then
so the rickrack is hot glued on as well.
So I know some of you don't like hot glue, but I know it was easier for her than trying to do.
It took me forever. But
yeah, sometimes we do what's easiest for us, and that works.
Yeah. So I saw she just released Gather Pine Cones. That's on my list because
that's so cute.
I'm gonna try and have these for every season because I have the perfect spot to put them.
She does.
And I don't want to leave it blank, so I gotta. Yeah. I'm committed now,
and
especially now that I know
have
how to
those
finish
on
them.
my list also to do.
So look how cute! Love these.
So cute. My next one, again, you guys have all seen, is the wreath swap, the home wreath swap from Stitching with the Housewives. I have this. I showed this to you before, the whole home sign, and I did the October finish for that. This is just on 14 count black Ada. The little witches. I love how colorful, when I was stitching it, how colorful it came out. So again, I'm getting ready to do, and I just have magnets on the back of this, and you just, on your sign, you just pop these off and put your next month's on. And so I'm getting ready now to do these little pilgrim guys for November. And again, I'm trying to keep up on these. So those are my 2 monthly projects. I have this and the pillows, and sometimes, with teaching full time, and I don't have a lot of time to do other things besides keeping up on these monthly projects. So sometimes the other things take me a little bit longer because I don't have as much time, but I do love them and I want to have them all. I think this was number 5 that I did so far, so I will continue on with this.
Okay, and I have another finish. My next one is Salem Sister Stitchery by Primrose. I love this design. This was in my top 5 favorites for the fall. So I did actually finish the stitch and FFO the stitch. So here it is in the hoop, like they have it in the picture.
So cute.
I stitched this on 32 count, Vintage Country Mocha.
I was so impressed with her on the 32 count because I have not tried that yet. And she said it was...
I didn't have... If you can do the 28, I feel like the 32 is not much different, but yeah, look how cute. I love it. And then again, I spray painted this black. The hoop, it was like a wood, and had to mask this gold so that it didn't get painted. And then on the back, I got this fabric from Joann's, and I don't know if you can see, but I don't think you can see it on here, but it's got some sparkle, some glitter in it.
Oh yeah,
I had to have that. And of course, it's all witchy in the back, so
it's really cute.
So yeah, I just have it sitting up. It's so cute, and another finish. So that's my next one.
All right, my next one is one that I think I showed last time as a whip. It is the Blackbirds Autumn by Robin Pickens, and I stitched this on 25 count potato. I wanted to try that, so I got this frame on an Etsy shop. It's just starting to rain out there right now. It's starting to rain. She said it was going to rain. Now here comes the rain. So I got this frame. You can buy these frames, and I'll try to get the link, and maybe we can put it down below in the description. But they come with this matting already on in the board, and the board is like a little easel. You can see the back of it.
cute.
And then all you need to do is finish your cross stitch and pop it on there, and you already have your mat behind it. They're so easy. And she has, the lady that sells these has one for all 4 of the Robin Pickens seasonal couriers. So it's like such a nice, it's so easy to do when you get it. So the next seasonal courier that I'm hoping to work on, which will probably be like after Christmas, I'll do this like January. I think I showed this one before, was the
Cardinals Winter.
Yeah, Cardinals Winter. So that'll be my next one. Those are the 2 that I have. But then I just bought this trim cording, I guess it's called, from Amazon, because that's kind of the way they had showed it whenever I purchased the frame. So I just decided to go with that. And then just made my bow and added a little button to the top of it. But I was really happy with how it turned out and can't wait to do the next one.
Okay. I love it.
Thank you.
It's very cute. Okay. Now next, I have another FFO. 3 FFOs. This is a record for me. So this is from the Sip and Stitch from Primrose. So we have no tricks, just treats.
So cute.
So here is the finish of that. I finished it into the pillow. We just finished this right before.
We just finished it. We stuffed it full because
we stuffed it full.
You know how they kind of collapse after a while.
So it's looking a little full, but I got you know, all the finishing, all the stuffing. I got my sewing machine from Mom, or her old sewing machine, I guess. So last night I was spending the night figuring out how to work it, and I did the front, and then tonight we worked on doing the back together. I got these from Amazon. These, it's not sticking very well. I got to get some fabric glue.
She just got that done tonight, but gonna work on getting something done.
But yeah, I got some pins and buttons from Amazon. And
the buttons she got were so cute.
Yeah, that's.
You should show some of those other buttons
finish.
that you got with that.
Yes,
It's really
maybe
cute.
I can show in the haul.
Yeah, in the haul.
And I put pellets in it, so it's got a little bit of weight.
Just the poly pellets. And it'll just, it's kind of cool. It'll, with those pellets.
It just sets up.
It just sets up.
And the other thing I did with the Sip and Stitch was floss drops. So I actually made the floss drops that came with the Sip and Stitch. It was my first experience using these. I wasn't sure about them. Seemed like I had a lot of trouble with like knotting whenever I was actually stitching. I could get it off of the floss drop very easily, so I did really like that. But when I was stitching, I noticed I was getting a lot of knots. So I don't know.
You think you got more knots?
I think
than normal?
Yes, definitely.
Wonder why.
I'm not sure if it's something I was doing wrong, but
yeah,
maybe if you have any advice, you could put it in the comments. We
always use usually the little bobbins that you wrap around. But when we got these, she said, you know, she was going to do it, and she did it, and then she showed me, and we were like, oh my god, look how pretty it is.
Yeah.
So then I decided to do it. I can show you mine a little bit later, but we liked how it, you know, came out, and she said how easy it was to get off. So we thought, you know, let's try it since we got the bobbins in our second stitch.
When am I going to realistically probably use these again? So yeah, there's my
it looks so pretty
floss drops on the cute little candy corns.
And I love the fabric that they sent with for the backing.
So yeah, this is all in the kit that came in my Sip and Stitch box. So
and she just followed, there's a tutorial that
Lindsay posted. I just followed that. She did a great job showing how to do that, and now it
turned out so cute. I love it.
Yes,
so cute. My next one, this is a previous finish. I have a couple previous finishes from, I guess, last year. This one, here's a little big. It was called Flying Lessons, and it was a stitch along that Nicole Spohr did last Halloween. And this chart is from Silver Creek Samplers, and I did it on the called for fabric, which was 16 count gelless. I think it's called gelless. And it was from Fabrics by Stephanie. So I'll show that to you. I have it on an easel. So I bought this little easel to set it on. So I'll show you that. So it's just Amazon, or sorry, Hobby Lobby has all these little easels, and I've purchased like so many different ones. But here is my Flying Lessons, and the light does come on here. You can see the lights come on. And this frame was not an expensive frame. I know they had it on a frame from Chantel had made a special frame that hung, but I just decided to go. I found this frame, and it really wasn't a frame. It was like, it was supposed to be something else, and I just attached my stitching to it, you know, and decorated it up, and I was really happy with how it came out. And I got these lights, I think at the dollar store or something. And I really had, this was like a great stitch. We did it last year. I remember the broom like being kind of difficult because there was all these different colors in it. But like I said, Nicole Spohr did it last year, and I have it up now in my house, and I love the way it turned out. So that is one of my previous finishes. I'll turn that off and let Katie go.
So I have another previous finish from Mom that I should have shared a while ago, but I kept forgetting. She made this for me as a wedding gift. It says, "A true love story never ends," and it has our wedding date on it, July 13th, 2024. And you can see there's me and Alex and our dog Heinz. So this is a wedding gift. Do you have any other?
It was from the Proper Stitcher. She came out with this like sometime last year, and I decided, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for Katie. The chart, I think the house was blue on it, but I wanted to make the house look more, their house is more of like a creamish, I guess.
A cream, like a brick.
Like a brick, yeah. So I did that, and then I just added their date there because there wasn't a date or anything on it, and I just wanted to have that. So I gave that to them as a wedding gift, and
so I've been meaning to share this, but kept forgetting.
Oh, and then this frame, I think, too, was, and then I wrote on the back of it here for them. The frame was the one that she also called for. I believe she had it in her chart, but it was a special frame that I had to order, and I can't even remember where it came from, but I think that Annie from the Proper Stitcher, she talks all about the frame and all that went along with this, so it was cute.
There we go. Adorable stitch from my mom.
Yeah.
For a wedding gift.
Then I have two other previous finishes. The first one is from Tiny Modernist. She has an ornament series. I believe it came out last year, and I think there's 8 of them. And so I decided to go ahead. They were PDFs, and I just have them on my iPad when I use that. And I ended up doing 1 last year. Never got back to them, but I did finish 1. And again, I did it on one of the little. I set it on one of the little easels from Hobby Lobby. This one is called Hocus Pocus, and it is on 14 count Venetian stone. And they're all kind of like, all the ornaments are all kind of on this series. And I put a little hanger on it, so I sometimes do hang it on my tree that I have this time of year. But this year I just had it setting up on an easel. So like I said, there's 8 different ones of these in their Tiny Modernist, her ornament series. And I think she has ornament series for other holidays too, but this is the one, for Halloween. So that's another previous finish. And then my last one is, if you remember last time, Katie and I talked about hashtag our favorite spooky small. So I got that done, and I did share it on my Instagram story.
I unfortunately did not get mine done.
She did not get she had a plan, but it kind of fell through.
So I ordered a cute little setup from Paisleys and Polka Dots, but I had some issues getting it shipped. I never got it, so I'm talking with her. I know they'll make it right, but yeah, and still haven't gotten it yet. So whenever that kind of didn't come in the mail, I switched over. I switched over to making my no tricks, just treats instead. So
yeah,
this is kind of like my spooky small.
Yeah, that's her spooky small.
This is my replacement for the spooky small.
My spooky small, I ended up.
Now, Mom's spooky small, she outdid herself.
I did.
Just prepare yourself.
I love this finish, and I feel like now. I want to do this finish for every holiday that I have. And I'll explain why here in a minute. But it was from 13 Spooky Smalls. And we were just going to pick one from there. And the one I did was, is it on the back here? Yeah, right here. This is the one that I did. You can see they did it like a flat fold. So this is how I decided to finish mine. There it is. It's on a box. I found this box I was trying to find something different because I didn't just want to do it as a flat finish. And so I was at Walmart, and I saw this this box, and I thought, this, I think, will fit my spooky small perfectly. So I always just take my tape measure with me, and then I'll measure and see if it fits. I used the stickers from the Halloween Sip and Stitch because I wasn't sure, sometimes I'm not sure what to do with the stickers or where to put them. So I thought, well, there's a perfect place to put these on my box. The lid, this box was all this color. The lid, I went online and found a tutorial for putting fabric on top of a lid. So You just use like a spray adhesive, and the tutorial I found just shows you about how on the inside you just kind of wrap it around. She shows you how to cut it. I have another little sticker in there, and there is my little spooky small. And then when you open it up, ta-da, inside's candy. And this has become my husband's favorite box Halloween decorating item. I go over all the time, and for some reason the lid is off the box. And guess what? These
the Tootsie Rolls
keep going down. We actually had to go out. It's sometimes hard to find these bigger Tootsie Rolls, but we've been finding them at the dollar store right now during Halloween. But I'm afraid that, you know, they might be gone. This is a very limited supply. So now I feel like, well, I need one of these maybe for Thanksgiving or Christmas so we can continue to have our little candy box.
Yeah, very cute and very creative.
I just love the way it turned out, and like I'm not going to want to put it away. So that was my hashtag
spooky small
that I fell in love with. So that is my.
She outdid herself on that one.
I want to do more of those, but it's a really easy finish too if it's something you want to try. So I think that's the end of our FFOs. Oh, I guess, sorry, I have one more.
She has one more.
I have one more. Sorry. And the last one is called from the costume part. It's Costume Party, and it's from Hands On Design. It was another stitch along that Kathy Haberman did. And it was another Fabrics by Stephanie. And I don't remember the name of it, but I know it was the called for fabric from Fabrics by Stephanie. This was one of my earliest finishes. I just did it on a board like this, and I use another one of the easels to set it on. My bow is a little bit on the odd, I'd say. I mean, like I said, it was one of my earlier finishes, but I don't know. I saw this finish like this somewhere. I'm like, oh, I think I can do that. So I just kind of finished it that way, and so that's my little bow at the top. But this is my costume party. And so it's another Halloween. It's fun every year to get these things out that you did previous years to see what you did. I like opening, you know, the box up and seeing, oh, I forgot I did that. So this was from that. So that's the end, right?
That's the end. Oh, we do not have any finishes. So we are going to move straight into whips.
All right, our next section is whips. Works in progress.
Works in progress.
So Katie's going to start with that.
The first one is also from the Sip and Stitch Halloween Cauldron. So I started this before I started my other No Tricks, Just Treats, and then I decided I wanted to do that one instead. So just a little teeny tiny start on this.
A little start on the cauldron.
But I have the star in the middle. Here's what it will look like. I started this part right here.
It's such a cute stitch.
So eventually someday I'll finish it, but it's probably going away for the year because I'm ready to move on from Halloween stitching.
She's had enough Halloween. She's ready to move on.
I'm ready to move on. So that's my Halloween Cauldron whip. Very little whip, but it is a whip.
All right, my first whip is one of these. I shared these.
Sorry.
I'm not sure. I think we froze there, but we're back. I shared these before, these little from Lizzie Kate. I ordered from 123 Stitch, and you can, like I said, you can either do the long thing, or there's in each of these little booklets there are two stitches, and they come with little buttons. So I had plans on getting to all of these. I know
getting to all of them.
Yeah, I know you'll be shocked that I didn't. I only got to one and it's not even finished. So the one I decided to do was carve a pumpkin. And this is one of those stitches that I like to have a stitch that I just carry with me. Like sometimes I have it at work, sometimes I have it in my car. So if I have a few minutes to stitch, maybe at lunchtime, I'll pull it out. So that's when I've been doing it. So I don't have a lot of time to do that. So this is on, I pulled out one of the Kimberlys Tangerine. She sent those along with those sayings, like the long sayings that they did. I can't remember what they call them, but this was one of the fabrics that was in it. It was called Kimberlys Tangerine, and this was my start, carving a pumpkin. I had that written out, and I've just started one of the pumpkins over here, as you can see, that pumpkin, and then I need to finish over here. So I don't have a whole lot to go, so I feel like I might be able to finish this. I mean, I could definitely finish it. It's just, like I said, I don't work on it that often because I'll show you I'm working on a monstrosity.
She's got a monster going
when
on.
I'm at home, I'm working on this monstrosity. So this is just my side that I do if I have any extra time, which I haven't had a lot of. But I'm hoping to get it done for at least so I can have it for next Halloween. So that's my first whip.
Okay, my second whip is something that you've already seen from Mom as a finish, but this is the October monthly mini. I was flying through this, like Mom said. I did this like sitting. First, I came home and we were making sauerkraut the other day. That was another thing.
Oh yeah, we did sauerkraut making. After we went to the Oktoberfest, we were like, oh, we need some sauerkraut.
Yes. So I finished that. After we made sauerkraut, I came home, threw this together, and I still had some energy, and I was like, I want to start a new stitch. So I did all that in one night. So that's how fast this little guy came together. So hoping to at least finish this. I bet I could sit down and finish this in one more night.
Definitely.
And now that I have my sewing machine, I can actually finish this into a pillow. So that's kind of exciting. So hopefully next time we'll see this as a finish.
Yes.
No promises though, because I'm ready to move on, as I already said.
My next is, like I said, my large one that I've been working
Monstrosity.
on. Welcome to the North Pole. And this is again by Primrose Cottage. I started this last year. I'll show you how far I got. And then this year, about a month ago, I was able to finally purchase one of the frames. So that's been my motivation to, I'm getting this done to have it up for Christmas this year. So I'll show you what I've done so far. I have actually 2 more sections to go. So there it is. And I have 2 more sections to do down here. I just finished this part last night in the long, the divider here. But let me hold it up so you can see the stitching on that. I love this stitch so much. I can't wait to have it done. And, doing one of these, they have it divided up into sections. It takes, I think that whenever they did the sew along, or they were doing like a stitch along, what the plan was to do one each month. So I think they started like last July, August, September, and you were to have it done by Christmas. I stayed up pretty well with it. But then I started getting behind and I never did get caught back up, and then I just put it aside because Christmas was over and I just wasn't doing it anymore. So, if you give yourself a month, you can do one. So I thought, well, I got this one done. If I can do a little more into October and maybe finish this by, beginning of December, at least get it done. So I will have it for next year.
It's coming along.
And that is on, what did I say? 14 count,
beige.
beautiful beige.
Very nice.
So.
Very nice, very exciting stitch.
Hopefully it'd be nice to be able to show you that it's finished next time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. But I do plan on finishing it.
Yeah. So those are our whips.
All right. Let's do some quilting. So as you can see, I have my Spellbound hat on. This hat, again, if you watch Nicole Spohr, you probably saw she talked about her hat a lot. This is the quilted version of the hat. There's 3 different versions. There's one you can make that you just make the hat and you put it together. You don't quilt it ahead of time. This one is the quilted version. And the third one is one that's like you piece. You make like, you piece all this together instead of just having one piece of fabric that's the same. You would have like different pieces.
Like a patchwork.
Like patchwork, that's the word I was looking for. This is the inside. She talks about how you don't really need to finish this inside. It's sewn together. So this doesn't really need any kind of finishing in it. You do the binding around the outside, and then she talks about how you make the little strap for around it. Little bow. And this is a pattern. It is called the Spellbound Hat by Melissa Mortensen. And she is from the Polka Dot Chair. So if you wanted to get some more information on that, again, it's the polkadotchair.com. And her name is Melissa Mortensen. And whenever you purchase the pattern, you also get a download for a tutorial that she talks you through a lot of, the issues that you might have. And I did have some issues with it, I'm not gonna lie. There were some things that this bottom part is supposed to have like an interface. There's like a foam that you put in here, but then this one also has like a heavy interfacing to keep this, standing upright like that. Well, after I got all this together and I had put my foam on both of these, I was looking, I'm like, well, I had to order this, or I had to buy this interfacing, and it was just laying there, and I'm like, where do I put the interfacing on? It seemed weird that it would go outside, and I looked, and sure enough, the interfacing was supposed to go in here with that foam and then the fabric on it. So I had to redo this whole section down here. Even after I'd already quilted that one, had it all ready to put together. I was in the process of putting the two pieces together. And I basically was like, well, I either put it together and this is going to be real floppy, or I just redo it. So I decided to redo it.
So she redid it.
So I redid it. So I wore it last night. We had open house at school, and I got compliments on it. People asked me, did you make that hat? And then I'll wear it next week, of course, to school for Halloween. So I am in love with how it turned out. I just
so cute.
It was one of those things where you just like sit and stare at it like, did I actually make that? So I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Love it.
And maybe someday I'll make Katie one. I had planned on maybe making her one too, but then when I had all the problems that I had,
She didn't want to do
I was like, I
one.
don't think you're going to get a hat this year. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
So my second quilt is another quilt that I use at school, and it is called the, let me look up the name of it again so I say it right. I don't want to say it wrong. The Little Ghost Quilt. And if you go online, if you want more information on this quilt, if you Google a Little Ghost Quilt pattern, it'll give you this pattern. There's a book that goes along with it. Here's the book, The Little Ghost Who Was a Quilt. So there's the book. It's a darling little book. I teach reading, Title I reading classes, and I have kindergarten through 3rd grade and some older ones in that too. But for kindergarten, we take this in and we read it to them, and then we use the ghost quilt, and we allow the kids to get under the quilt and pretend to be the quilt, or pretend to be the ghost, and then the other kids have to guess who's underneath, who's being the ghost. But I'll show it to you. We'll hold it up here. I just made this last year. So cute. So it looks like this. It's a patchwork, and there's the face on it. And so again, we have the kids, get underneath it and, stand there. And then the other kids have to try to guess who it is. But there's his face, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see the quilting on it, but there's like a witch.
Yeah, there's like some ghosts.
There's a cat.
There's like
bring it up to see a little closer.
There's like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, so you could make your ghost quilt any color that you wanted to make, but I wanted to try to make it as close to, the actual quilt that they had in the book as possible. If you look at the book, this is what it looked like. So it's pretty close to what it looked like in the book. So I'll take this to school next week on Thursday, and we'll play some games with the kids and read them the story. So it's a fun Halloween activity that the kids like. And I do have a video from last year that if Katie's able to, she might insert it.
Yes, we'll insert it.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right, so that's my second quilt, and then my third Halloween quilt is one. We've been Harry Potter fans for years. When the kids were young, I can put it over here. Yeah. When the kids were young, we always were in line to go see the Harry Potter movies. We were one of the first ones in line.
I read the books.
We would go at midnight if there was a new Harry Potter. Several times at midnight, get in line because we were going to be there at midnight because the movie was going to be released.
So excited.
We read all the books.
Yeah.
So they had just grown up at that time when Harry Potter was out and it was a big thing. So if you're familiar with Sweet Pea embroidery, they have all type. I have it on my sewing machine. I have an embroidery machine, and they have all sorts of different embroidery quilts. And this was one. It was a mystery kind of quilt that they came out with years ago, and like each couple weeks or something, they would release a block for it. And I decided, it was a Halloween quilt, and I just decided that I was going to do mine Harry Potter themed. So we'll show you what that looks like. So this is the top of it. It came out, it looks like a haunted house. So we'll show it to you up close, but if you look back, you can see up here, it looks, the top of it's like a house, and then these are all the rooms in the haunted house. But we'll bring it up closer. I tried to include parts of the Harry Potter like I have. Is that Hermione there? This picture?
Yep.
Can you see?
Yep, that's Hermione.
Maybe you can tell them who everybody is. Here we have.
I don't think.
Right here.
Go this way.
Yeah.
McGonagall, Professor McGonagall is in the mirror.
Yeah. This one. This just has the
fabric. Oh yeah, this has like a
fabric from
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. That's the bathtub.
This one says Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
And it has the owl.
It has Hedwig.
Hedwig there. Over here we have anything on this door.
This is like a picture of Hogwarts in the back here.
Coming up to this one.
We have Ron and we have Malfoy above the fireplace.
Yeah.
There's
down here.
This one is a
This
skeleton.
one, I think it's a skeleton. I don't know if
I
there's
think
anything.
he's just a skeleton.
He's just a skeleton. Just a skeleton made a skeleton. That one says keep out. There's just.
It says Slytherin. Back
Slytherin.
behind here.
Oh, but on the wallpaper,
Yep.
it's Slytherin.
Oh,
and don't miss the mirror or in the window up here. What's that?
In the window, you have a Hedwig. In the window, you have Hedwig there.
Just peeking out. I was hoping he was going to show a little more, but he didn't. But that's all
He
right.
didn't. That's okay. This is Dumbledore in the portrait. There's Harry.
The Harry Potter wallpaper, and then him and the
And then we have old Snape.
Snape's on the coffin, and then Harry Potter's in the frame.
And finally,
Down here
who's
we
that?
have
Oh, Hagrid.
Hagrid.
So that's the Harry Potter
That's
haunted
the Harry
house
Potter.
quilt.
So I just went out and bought like a bunch of different Harry Potter fabrics, and you have to cut them down, and then you do your embroidery around it, and so this is it's fun. It's a fun quilt and hangs up every Halloween. So.
And then there's one more thing to share.
Oh, the back. Oh, well, just wait before you do that. Show the back.
Here's the back.
Here's the back. It's
all different Harry Potter
all the different
fabrics.
pet, and there's my
Mom's little.
It says authentic handmade. My name on it. But these were a lot of the fabrics that I used in the quilt itself. So
Cute.
all right,
I
and
love
then
that
she has
one.
one other thing to share.
And then Mom also made me this. It is a Halloween cross-stitch bag. So it says Katie. And then I also put my charms from Primrose on there. I put the candy corn on one and the ghost with the bow on the other. Matches my ghost with the bow there.
That's another thing that came in the sip and stitch.
Another thing that came in the sip and stitch. I think we mentioned everything that came in the sip and stitch.
A lot of good stuff in it.
I used all of it this time
I did
around,
too.
so.
And there's supposed to be a Christmas one coming out.
And I'll be buying.
Yeah.
Because I had a great experience with my Halloween one.
It was, I know, and I can't wait to get the Christmas
There's
one.
the fabric inside. So cute. Another themed bag. I'm already ready for my Christmas one.
I know,
So.
me too. I keep thinking, yeah, I'm ready to do some Christmas ones. So,
And that's quilting.
and then that's the end of our quilting segment. All right, and our last section that we're going to do here is our haul. And I just have a couple of things to share. We don't have a ton for haul. I have been wanting for a long time to join Liz Matthews' Patreon, and I just decided the one day I saw one of the things that she had given out, and I just decided I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I went and did it, and if you didn't see what came with her Patreon, so you get a free pattern every month. So last month was this Boo.
Cute.
And there's two colorways for that. There's the blue colorway, and then you can also do the white colorway. So I love how that came out. Or I love how those
nice.
are. Now, whether I get to these, not this year, but...
Maybe
And
next
then
year.
she made two, I guess, because she thought if some people don't, some people aren't Halloween fans, this is more for the people that like...
The autumn fans.
Yeah, that like the autumn. So
love
it's like a
that.
band
That's so
sampler.
cute.
I know, isn't it cute? So that's another pattern that you get in the Patreon. And then this one just came out for the month of October, and it is called Plaid Bird. That was the one for this month. Another cutie. And then the other thing that I just purchased, I saw online because I'm a fan of Fig Tree. I know I love their fabrics for quilting, and they just decided, I guess recently, that they're going to start selling cross stitch patterns. So they came out with this first, if you haven't heard this, they came out with their first cross stitch pattern, and it's kind of a big deal because they've not done it before. And they had a special on it that day that if you purchased it, and I was like, whether I get to it or not, it's just like a cute little pattern.
It's very cute.
That you could whip up, and it's in typical colors of Fig Tree. their colors and their fabrics,
Gorge.
I mean, they're very popular, and just really, it's just a cute pattern if you wanted to whip something up cute. So if you haven't seen this yet, just go on and, you know, look for Fig Tree and Co. And they probably have information about their cross stitch. So hopefully, I think they're going to be coming out with more. So I'm excited about that. So there's that one if you haven't heard about that.
Yeah, and for my haul, I was spending a lot on finishing items. So I got lots of fabrics, lots of stuffing, lots of painting supplies, buttons,
yeah,
pins.
She's just trying to get stocked up on items
just
to do her
trying to
finishing.
stock up on finishing items so I can.
And she has a sewing machine now, so she's all set to do her own finishing.
So I'm ready to start purchasing some Christmas patterns. That's for sure.
Me too.
And we did buy the free Stitch Friday from Primrose finishing kits.
Oh yes,
So
we didn't share that.
So we will have that for next month.
Yeah, this free stitch. If you haven't heard about that, the new one is coming out.
November 8th.
I don't know if you saw the one for last month, but
yeah,
we got the one from last month. The one from this month is coming up.
Yeah, we didn't get the chance to do the one for October because it just too many other things.
There's so many cute things that you want to do.
We're hoping we're gonna like the one for November.
We are planning on going to a retreat coming up, which is the first week in November. It's Stitching in the Springs, and it just so happens that the stitch, that free stitch comes out
the same day
that we leave. Yes. So we got the kit, we'll have it ready, we can get our pattern there and hopefully work on that. We're hoping that it's going to be Thanksgiving theme, maybe a turkey.
We're hoping a turkey. I want a turkey.
A turkey would be awesome.
Please,
so we're hoping.
Primrose.
Yeah, Primrose. Give us a turkey, please. Give us a turkey.
I need a turkey. I was scanning the internet for a turkey.
It's hard to find a good turkey.
To find.
Yeah, there's some out there, but we know Primrose can give us something really cute.
Speaking to me, you know.
So we're excited to get that, and we're excited about our retreat coming up. So.
And then I think our last order of business today is another giveaway. So this is the Tiny Modernist. I think we talked about this last time, and we have picked a winner. And
this was the chart that was donated to us by our friend
Melanie. So we have Janet R. Cross Stitch. You are our winner for the Stitcher's Garden. So if you just want to email us, our email is in the description, stitchers@gmail.com. I do my best to keep an eye on it. I will keep an eye on it this time. And
this is a nice pattern. It's full color.
Beautiful pattern.
And we thank Melanie for donating that to us. We're hoping we get to see Melanie at Stitching in the Springs.
Yes. So I think that
might be it for this time. So we are looking forward to, like we said, some Christmas stitching, and all the cool weather that's going to be coming, and getting ready to do some holiday projects and maybe some Christmas shopping. And
so next time I hope to have some Christmas finishes. I don't know, I don't have anything planned, but got to start planning for Christmas.
And we're also planning next time, which will probably be sometime in November, we're going to do like we did last month with our top 5 Halloween. We're going to do our top 5 Christmas. So you can look forward to that coming in the month of November. So we're excited about that.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of October, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.